Okay, folks, this is Colin from Kid Outdoors. I've been trying to do my thing, but I cannot create my post because it won't let me create it. Not sure why. Every time I go to hit enter, it doesn't do anything. So bear with me here. I'm trying to get this thing to work. And I don't know what else to do. I've tried tagging people. I've tried doing everything I can think of. Done. And I hit enter and nothing happens. I don't know why it's not working. So bear with me, folks. I am doing my best here. Hey, Cecilia. How you doing? I got buckgrits.com, attract and feed. Hey, Rob. I've been trying to share out this page and everything, but I'm not sure on Facebook, but I don't know what's going on with that. It's not allowing me to hit enter and share. So if anybody knows why it's not doing that, let me know. I'd like to appreciate it. That's for sure. Right now, I'm doing my best to get things going. Tonight, we're going to be discussing knives used for your bug out gear, your get home gear, whatever, what have you, and the different styles that you can choose and carry. I do not have them all. I do have a good selection, but whatever works best for you is what counts. So if you're willing to talk about it, I'm willing to listen. Wow, Wyatt, long time no see, brother. A Felissa? I'm going to have to look that one up. Let me take a look. Interesting. Never heard of that one. I'm kind of curious about it. Perhaps you can tell me more about it once we get going. I do have my various Moras that I have available. It's on either shelf next to me, and at I don't have any other blades that I would technically use other than the everyday carry ones. I mean, I do have my small folding ones with my Gerber suspension and stuff like that, but nothing majorly survival wise. But those are just I carry like 3 or 4 at any given time. Hey, Hoga, how you doing? Glad you could make it. We're going to be discussing bushcraft knives of various types and makes and models. I have a few different models of there's things I would carry in a bug out bag. Not necessarily one type, but one per what it's used for. So I'm sure that most of us have a good variety of different styles. I also know that Moros are highly, rated in this area, but are they rated the best? No, but the most competent, I would say yes. But that's in my bet. How you doing, Doug? Glad you can make it. Tonight's discussion is knives. So let's talk about what knives would you carry in your bug out bag and why. And do you guys have any good selections? I just heard from Cornfed. He just mentioned that he just ordered a new one called a Felissa. I do have it listed on Amazon right now, so I will put that in the chat shortly if anybody's interested in learning more about that one. A bug out bag knife is whatever you are comfortable with using, Cecilia. If it's a kitchen knife, then it's a kitchen knife. A Swiss Tech Stallard. I'm going to have to look that one up because I'm not familiar with that one there, Wyatt. But the one that I was told by Cornfed, I am going to post in the chat here real quick. I'm assuming he may have purchased it from Amazon. I'm not sure. But that is the Flissa that he was mentioned. I'm going to have to look up the Swiss Tech one. If you give me a moment here, I will do so. Swiss Tech Flissa. Okay. Stalem. Star is it Starlearn? Starlearn. Okay. Okay, here we go. Swiss Tech Starlearn knife. Okay, let's see what that is. Okay. That one is listed right here. I'm not sure if this is the one you bought, Wyatt, but $40 is a reasonable price for a decent one. I paid much less for mine. The most expensive one I have is probably my skinning knife, though my Mora, my Gerber suspension and my Mora Light My Fire is both about the same price, about $30 or so. So those are pretty reasonable, I would still think, as a Bugout bag knife would go. But you don't necessarily have to go super pricey or super, just what you're comfortable using. I mean, I know someone who carries those little $2 or $3 knives fishing knives from Walmart, but he's got like 5 of them because they're cheap. And if something happens to him, he can just toss it away and use another one. But that's what he uses. Now, what you use is what you're comfortable with, what you're financially capable of purchasing and affording, I guess. Whatever is affordable to you and within your budget and price point, whatever the words you want to use. I am not a knife guy, but I'm giving him my best shot. My boy, he collects knives. I do not. I collect certain things, but that's about it. Good to know, Wyatt. We'll find out more about the various knives we have here. I would like to hear from Rob about his selection of the Flissa and why he chose that one. So, Rob, if you would please talk about it, if you would, because that's a Mora knockoff. Okay, I thought it looked a little bit Moorish. I mean, but this is not the one I've been showing off lately. But this is what I got from the Deer Classic last year. It's not the same one as I've been showing off earlier. Because give me a second here. I actually have it over here on this side, I think. Nope, that's that one. Okay. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to unbury my stuff. I thought I had everything organized where I would know where it was at. So I had everything organized at one time. Because this is the one my daughter gave me. I do carry that one a lot because it was for sentimental reasons. And I got the case knife that I got from Coast knife that I got from Tyler. Did I leave that over here? Oh yeah, there it is. Here's one of them anyway. The Light My Fire. And I got a little selection of knives up here. Please bear with me, folks. I'm trying to organize my knives together. I thought I had them all in one spot. Apparently, I do not. I have most of them, except one I usually have up here, which I'm not sure what I did with it. I'll find it. It'll show up eventually. It's the other one I usually carry. But yeah. Gerber, nothing wrong with that. What is the one you got there? Rob, because that's just one I found. You didn't specify which Flissa you got. If you have a link, I would love to see it. While you're doing that, I'm going to try to find the other knife that I carry. I do have a couple others, but those are the ones I have at the moment. And I'm attempting to make sure I have all my stuff organized. Well, I was running late because I had to take care of some things before I got started at night. Chores, as soon as you get home, that kind of thing. So I am working on my chore list while we're doing all this. So. Okay, 9-inch blade, D2 steel. Okay, keeping it. Okay, I'll check that one out. Give me a second. Let me hit that one. Oh, the $26 version. Okay. I do like the sheath for it. It's not real leather. It just looks like pleather, knockoff vinyl maybe. But my Cardo handle, that's nice. What's the 7 Okay, good hardness, full tang, got it. What's the edge? I don't see it. I'm sure it's in there. I'm just not seeing it. But yeah, that is cool. Now, I do have another knife, Mora. I'm just trying to remember where I put it. I thought I had it next to my chair. I'm not seeing it, but wait, there's one more spot I didn't check. Right where I left it, right behind my computer. Yeah, there's my 3 Moras that I've got right now. I used to have another Mora, but my first one got stolen. What is that? Oh, it's that Benadryl. I can't take that. Now, apparently he likes his Swiss Tech is his favorite. But the one that the Flissa that Rob has seems decent. About $26.39. Nice handle. Got a good lanyard hole. It's got 3 different videos to go with it. Just give us an idea. I don't need to go through a whole rendition of every blade you have there, Wyatt, because we have other people who would like to share about their knives and stuff. No, Cecilia, just a few, because 80 plus knives is going to take a while. Just pick 1 or 2, the highlights, please. Oh, I forgot to put the thing down. Please bear with me here, folks. I forgot to put this down in case anybody wants to come up. They're more than welcome to. Here we go. That's pinned. Okay, just got that out of the way. I forgot to do that. Yeah, just a few of your collection, because if you're like anything like Ian, you can go on for over a day. So just pick a couple and just give us the highlights, because Ian goes to Renaissance fairs and just picks up knives at random, from the $5 table, which is like you can get up like he puts down $20, he gets 4 knives. So a lot of them are Pakistani steel. Some are decent designs. I mean, this right here is a Pakistani steel blade, but the design is quite, comfortable in my hands. I like it. It's a little rough, but it's mine. So you got fishing EDCs there, Rob. Ian does have one, a new one for him. He does have a multi-tool I purchased for him at the Deer Classic this year because he didn't want a Mora. But, there's that. I've got my 3 different Moras. I've got this one, the Lightweight Fire, and the Rigid, which is the one that I need to figure out way to get it the background right there so I could use it as a striker. The only other knife I've got up here right now, it's not my it's my trade knife from the 60s. I don't have that one available right now. I don't want to go digging for it, but it wouldn't be something I'd normally carry in my bug out bag. But I would carry this one. This is my Schrade, as you can see, and this is my skinning knife. If I was going to, if any, process any game, this is the knife I would need. I don't want to have to worry about having to use my Moras all the time for that purpose. This is just for one purpose and one purpose only, for taking care, breaking down game. Then I would use some of my other blades, whether it be my Coast knife or my knife I got from my daughter. Huskies are decent ones. I've got one, I think. Hey, Cage, how you doing? No, I have a folding knife I carry, but I also have one folder, well, 2 folders if you want to count my well, actually they're right here. Anybody who knows me, I carry my Gerber suspension wherever I go. But I also have one more, well, actually I should say I got 2 extra knives. I've got my Husky box knife. And last but not least, is my Sheffield folding knife. I actually use this mostly for fire starting because most of my, just dropped a dime, I use that hole right there, right here, for with my ferro rods because it works really well for fire starting. So this is basically my utility blade that for crap work I don't have to worry about ruining my blade because it's already ruined. So I just use it what I can with. Hey, Chrissy, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Okay, we're discussing knives and bug out bags. What do you carry? What's your favorite? I've got a plethora. Not as many as some, not probably more than others, but mine's kind of a eclectic, heavily Mora collection. That's because I have 3 of them. But everyday carry, I have one that's dedicated for skinning, one dedicated for fire starting, well, 2 for fire starting, and this one here is probably going to be for the smaller one, processing food, maybe. I think because I can't really do much with the back of the blade, so this got that groove. So I might be using this one for food preparation because it's a lot easier to carry, and the other one is probably for wood processing. Hey, CR, long time no see. You never made a bug out bag. Well, it's never too late to start. But basically, most of my blades, with the exception of one, and that's my trade knife, that one is just for show that I carry when I go to rendezvous and stuff like that. But generally, the ones I carry are here. There was one that I used for everything all at once, but that was my first Mora. That got stolen with my first bag, bug out bag. So, those of us who have lost those before can probably completely understand. But I do have a knife that I carry that is this one here, which I carry because my daughter got it for me. That one, I use it for pretty much everything. For fun, anyway. Cecilia, if you can't carry it, you don't need it. I mean, get what you need. I mean, you are basically restricted to home. So you'll be more of a bug in bag than a bug out bag. Because I understand you have limitations. At the moment, until my knee is fixed, I have limitations, but I'll still make do. Okay, leaning on the buck collection. There's nothing wrong with that there, Cage. Do you have a link to some of those, or just to give us an idea about what you'd probably carry besides, collecting them? Because you and Wyatt are into heavily collecting on the knives. Me, I do have a small I mean, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10. Yes, the link's at the top of the channel there, CR. You're more than welcome, brother. Nothing wrong with that, Cecilia. That is very smart. But also make sure you have a list of your medications in there, because I would be doing the same, because Jenny just got me a new pill case for that purpose to keep in my bag. I usually keep a 4-day supply. She just gave me a new one that's a lot stronger and locks for a 6-day supply. So there's that. But right now we're just going to stick with the knives. But CR, the link is at the top of the chat. Please feel free to jump in. You're more than welcome. I'll post it one more time if that's the case. Someone please share this thing out on Facebook, because I've been trying to share on Facebook and I can't. So if anybody understands why they're not allowing me to hit enter when I try to share, I'd greatly appreciate the help, because I don't know what's going on with that. You're very much true, Doug. That's very true. I carry mine everywhere. Doesn't matter where I'm going. Though I do try, when I'm within town, I sometimes forget it at home for small trips, but generally I try to keep it with me wherever I go. Oh, yours is still shut down? Thought they would have fixed that by now. I've been trying to share this out, and it's got me locked in, because I try to hit enter and it won't let me. It says create post, and then it doesn't give me an enter. It lets me add to my post and all this other stuff. And I could tag people, but only certain people. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it's not letting me do whatever I want, but it is really, really getting on my nerves. Oh, here comes CR, folks.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, CR. How you doing?
Let's see what I missed in the chat in the 2 minutes that I was gone.
That happens.
I didn't realize Hugo was there. Hi. You must have just joined.
Hey, Hoga. Hoga's been in here for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't see her originally. I usually.
She popped in before you did, but hasn't said much.
Oh, okay. Because I usually go back on the chat a little bit just to see who's in.
Boy
Yeah, I
Scout
just
pocket
came back
knife
from
is
a.
a good choice. Yeah, a good old-fashioned Boy Scout pocket knife is a good choice. They're very versatile. They have basically everything you need. It's like the early version of the, multi-tool.
Yeah, I got one in my pocket. Yeah, I got one in my pocket. See?
I don't have a Boy Scout knife. I used to carry a Swiss Army knife, Tinkerer model, but it got lost a long time ago in one of my many, many moves. But I had originally picked it up in Switzerland, no less, and I'm really sad when it disappeared. But I mean, I do have several knives, though I'm not probably going to be using the Coast knife much.
Huh?
I mean, while it's a good solid blade, good steel and everything, as you can see, it's just, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of the handle, the scales, though I do like the sheet, though.
Can you show this again, please?
Okay, hold on.
Sorry, I forgot I had the chat window open.
Okay, hold on. Let me make myself big where you can see it better. Okay, this is the Coast knife that I got from Tyler.
Yeah.
There's what the steel is and everything.
9CR 18 MLB, yeah.
Okay. It's a decent blade and everything. I'm not a fan of these right here on the back.
Jimping?
I'm not a fan of those at all.
Why is that?
And I had to file the back off a little bit in order to be able to use it as for a ferrule rod.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, other than that, it's a good steel. Just not something I'm not really a fan of the profile. You know what I mean?
Mm.
In comparison to, say, a Mora, I like the Scandi grind. I'm a very big fan of the Scandi grind. It's just something about this style right here. It's hard to feather stick with, and I mean, it's great for batoning, but that's about it for me. I can't process stuff with it as much. I'm not sure why. It just feels off. If that makes sense.
I was gonna ask you, Colin. So how come you don't like the jimping on this knife, like the grooves on the top?
You mean the scales?
Well, you said the top of the spine, so
okay. Yeah, I don't like these right here because I can't find any use for them.
I thought they were for tactile feel for when you're pushing or like let's say
you see the way these are designed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, those are okay. I'm gonna show you. I do have a knife that has those on there, or something similar to it, and that's this one.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between the first one and this one, because this one, as you can see, there's actual spot for your hand of your thumb to go, and that's it. Gives you more secure feel. This one, that's just there. And it's not even it's rounded on the edges. All these are rounded.
I see.
Let's see if I can show you. Can you see how rounded those are? There's no edge to them at all. So there's nothing really holding your thumb there. Does that make sense?
Yes. Hi, Molly.
Hey, Molly. Sorry, I was busy. See Art there too. He's just behind me. Yeah. So that's the reason why. I mean, the way that this one here is profiled a little bit better, that just fits your thumb in there or whatever. And it's got the ridges where that actually stops your fingers from your thumb or whatever you're having there from going anywhere. This is just like window dressing. Just like, oh, this will look cool, but it
But
doesn't
it's
do
not
anything.
that. Yeah, it's not so functional.
Yeah. Now this is functional. Now, does this blade cost more than this blade? You better believe it. But this one, I like the profile better. You see the difference?
Mm.
But I like this style better.
Scandi grind. They usually see on the Mora, for example. Yeah.
One of these is magnetized. I don't know which one. I don't know. I could just feel that one of them's magnetized. It's probably this one. Don't ask me how it happened, but it did. But this would be, I just, this one just feels weird. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Fixed blade hand, okay. Old timers are good. I like that. All right. Now, like I said, I do have a really decent skinning knife that I use for processing game. And that's my Schrade. And there's the steel right there. 1520 T steel. As you guys know, it's a really decent one. And yes, it is an old timer.
Cool.
I won this one online, by the way, in a contest. But the blade itself is better than the sheath that I have it in. I take care of the blade. The sheath, not so much. But this one here, I just tuck away until I need it. Because you don't always need your meat processing knives all the time. And try to use one blade for everything. Well, the light to carry, not necessarily practical, as you guys should know.
Well, that's like the one tool option that sometimes people carry, right? It's because sometimes you need something more specifically to do a task. It's just like multi-tools. See, multi-tools are good for doing a lot of things, but may not do something specifically great, if that makes any sense.
I mean, because this is the knife for this one. That's a pen knife size. But, I mean, it does what it does. That's great. But it doesn't do everything.
It might be harder to, let's say, skin a fish or descale a fish or something like that. Just because smaller blade, it's different from the other blades that you showed. The grind, I mean.
Sorry, I'm answering Cecilia's comments. No, Cecilia, I did not. I did not. Let me check. I got to check it. Sorry, you keep on talking. Go ahead. I'm checking something. Okay, it did post. Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
And apparently, I dropped out there for some reason. I don't know why. I noticed it.
My knives are not all American made. I can honestly attest for that. I mean, the knife my daughter got me, while looks really cool, is actually a Pakistani steel blade. And yes, it's a little rough because I haven't cleaned it up recently. Because this is my utility knife when I'm in the field, if that makes any sense. If I'm just messing around doing something, this is what I use. It's not fancy. It doesn't have to be, but it's what I use. I just dropped the sheet somewhere and I don't remember where I put it. There's that. I am very disorganized today.
Well, just don't drop the knife.
Well, I sat it in my lap and I didn't realize it was there. But it's just a simple, leather sheath. She picked this one up at Yellowstone National Park for me. So when she went there, she got me this. I'm very happy for it, and I that's for sentimental reasons. That's why I carry it. Now my Moras, I had 4 originally. Well, 1 originally, then I picked up the rest. My first one was a P001, I think, It was the wood-handled, round-handed Mora, which was my favorite one. But that got stolen. Then I slowly picked up one more. CR, can you hear me? Oh,
I
sorry.
thought it was me. I thought it was me. I was just like,
You were muted and I was muted. I think we both muted each other.
no. I muted myself because I found something happened. I was like trying to get the sound back because I'm like, I know I had to charge my headset. I was like,
Okay. Have you heard of Pakistani surgical?
I don't think so. I mean, I've looked up the what's it called types of steel that they can use for tools and stuff like that. I've looked it up actually.
Well, they do. See, there's Pakistani stainless. I have not heard of Pakistani carbon yet, but Pakistani surgical is one step above regular Pakistani, and it holds an edge amazingly well. It depends on the style of the blade they're trying to copy, because they don't do a lot of original styles, but they do try their best at making different bushcraft style blades or Rambo style knives and the like. Anybody who's seen any Pakistani blades understands that. Not necessarily. I mean, I have a Mora here. I paid $25 for, and it's high carbon. See if I can get that to show up right there. Oh, let me go bigger because it's hard to see. Okay, see? It is a carbon. And all my knives right here I believe are carbon, but I have to double check my light my fire. It might be a little different. But these two knives here, the first one and this one, are both high carbon. My other one, which I have over here, is what is it? It's stainless steel. Now, this actually was the most expensive of the Moras that I have right now.
The Light My Fire edition.
Yeah. I found it in a Tractor Supply Company display. They had like 5 of them. And since I hadn't seen one in forever, I thought they discontinued these. I bought 2 of them for $30 each. One for me, one for Ian. And I'm glad I did, because they don't make them anymore. Oh, I didn't realize. You don't necessarily have to pay high amounts of money for quality. Quality. I mean, like I said, you got to go with what your personal budget first of all, and what your needs are. I mean, I have a decent selection of knives, but like when I go out, I mean, I carry a couple of these, maybe 3. I always carry my multi-tool because you never know when you need it.
Only 3.
Well, it depends on what I'm doing.
I mean, I got 2 in my pockets right now, I guess.
My everyday carry that I carry with me, I carry my Sheffield folding knife, my Husky box knife, and my multi-tool. Now, I would carry others, but some places where I work at doesn't allow me to carry weapons on site.
Yeah, so and it depends where you're going.
Huh?
I said it depends where you're going.
Right. So I do carry the other ones in my truck, so I have
Mhm.
access to them there.
Mhm.
But otherwise, I would carry my skinny knife when I'm going out hunting, and one of my other moras, plus the other three that I've already mentioned. And
Mhm.
I always carry those three on me no matter where I'm going.
Yeah, so you would bring something more specific if you're doing something very specifically like hunting, camping, traveling, stuff like that,
Exactly.
right? That depending
No,
what it
with
is.
exception of probably the coast. Like I said, I'm not. It's a good knife steel wise. I'm just not. You know.
I mean, I like to bring out my larger type of tools when I go out. Well, let's say camping, anyways. Day
Yeah,
to
I've
day,
heard.
I know, day to day, I'm not using a saw all the time or an axe, but sometimes you just need a cutting tool to open a package, right?
Are you sure it's just 4 cage, not 5? Sorry, had to make sure on that one. And yeah, the older styles are usually really good. My old trade knife I have, it's somewhere on either side of me somewhere. I'm not sure. I probably got it buried over here somewhere, but it's an older trade 60s trade knife. The blade is like micro thin, like that thin, but it's a full tang thing. But it's in the Bowie style shape,
Mm.
but it's got no thickness whatsoever. Great for in the kitchen, just to let you know. But and it's got a great steel. It's just doesn't. It's not great for carrying. It just looks really cool. But it is what it is. It's a trade knife, nothing more.
Hmm.
Like I said, my old timer Skinner when I go hunting, and my 3 blades that I carry regularly, and one Mora. Now it may be my light my fire because I'd rather have too many things to start fires with than not enough. Though I do use my Sheffield for starting using with feral.
Sorry.
Now, now that's really cool there, Blake, because having knives from that are family oriented that were handed down, awesome. My dad had this. What was it? It wasn't a Sheffield. It started with um, a Barkley knife, I think, and it was just a really beautiful pocket knife that my dad carried with him to where he went. And yeah, I think my brother stole it and sold it. Unfortunately, after he passed away, because my brother was heavily into drugs back in the day, about 20 some years ago. So I lost some really good things back in the day. But as Blake carries his skinny knife, Cornfed's got his new Flissa. I'm not sure if you've heard of that one, CR. Um, good old Swiss Army is always good. I had one, but I don't have one now. I have, like I said, I lost it a long time ago, and I would love to replace it, but the sentimental value of it is gone because it was one of those really big, thick ones,
Oh, I see.
and it
I
had.
mean, I have sentimental value to this one that I everyday carry too.
Well, the thing is, that one is the one I actually purchased in Switzerland when I was
Oh
in the
yeah,
service.
because someone actually specifically gave it to me. I
Well,
didn't buy it.
that makes that sentimental value actually means something because they were, it meant. I mean, like this one right here, my Sheffield
Hmm.
was a simple knife purchased by my nephew to me, my
Hmm.
oldest nephew, and I had since broke the tip off of it, and I've been trying to reprofile it for a long time. As you can see, it doesn't look like it should.
Whoops.
It happens, but
Oopsie.
this is my utility knife for if anything crap work I need to do. This is what I use now. But I use the thumb hole here for starting fires because it doesn't matter what up to a half-inch ferrule rod, it won't work on a half inch, but this thing will spark every
You know,
time.
Colin. That's reminding me of that set that Jason got at one time.
Why is that?
No, the utility knife.
This
Or
one here.
box cutter. Yeah, that style. Well, no, that other. I think it was that other one.
This one.
Yes.
This is a box knife.
Yeah. That's why it's reminding me of what Jason got. I
It's
have an
just
orange one.
this one is a Husky brand. I picked it up for $5 at Home Depot. I actually carry two of these, one in my bag and one in my pocket. Mainly, it only happened because I lost it or I misplaced one. I had to buy another one to replace that one. Then I found the other one, so I decided to keep them both on me.
Yeah.
Now I've heard about Kershaw's, but I've never used one. And some of the other ones. CR, which one do you carry?
What?
A knife. What's your everyday carry?
While
Or
I
your
think
bug
about
out
that,
bag.
while I think about that, and try to put on a headset.
What was that?
No, I was putting on the headset.
Oh, okay. What do you carry in your bug out bag? What kind or style?
I was obviously I have a Swiss Army knife. I have more in there too. I try to diversify the cutting tools or the tools in general.
Like
Yeah,
I
they
do.
kind of like let's just say saw axe, cutting tool, a knife,
I
multi
have
tool.
my axes. I do have those, but cutting tool wise, just it depends on the activity that I'm doing.
No, of course, right. It
Like I
always
said,
depends.
like the newest one I got, which is this one, I got earlier this year, due to the fact that it does have this freaky groove on the back here. I cannot use it for starting fires, but it's still a high carbon steel blade. It would be great for processing just processing game or cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm. And it's also got a shorter blade than the average one, as you can see. Here's the. You can tell by the difference in the length of blades here. Give me a second. Well, let's see if I can get these things lined up here. Yeah, this one's about a half an inch to an inch longer.
I see.
So I get it right there.
Hi, Blake. I see you in there.
Yeah, Blake's here. Yeah.
Well, remember, I gotta see the chat.
The only one that's stainless steel is my Memorial Strike, my Light My Fire. These two are carbon.
I mostly have stainless. I do have a few high carbon steel type of cutting tools.
Because that right there, it says carbon right there, as does this one.
I mean, if you hit it with a piece of flint and it gets sparks, obviously it's got high enough.
I did grind file the back of this one off for I could use it with my any of my ferro rods. But also, in the worst case scenario, I would use this one with my ferro rods just because. I mean, it's there; it works.
Well, I remember because everyone knows about that, especially anyone that's seen Self Reliance Outfitters channel. Obviously, Dave Canterbury, right? But like he said, it's not just for scraping your ferrocerium rod, right? Sometimes you can scrape like fat wood. You can get tinder out of that without actually using your cutting edge necessarily right away. Because basically, you're adding a tool, adding a functionality to it, right? Like a multi-tool can, but
yeah,
it's with it, right?
Yeah,
That's why I actually started to do that. Like I said, there time I started to do that with a lot of my tools. What's up, Jason? He's muted. Didn't hear him.
No, he doesn't like showing his face any more than you do.
That's because I'm trying to charge my phone.
Makes sense. Always remember to bring your battery pack or plug your phone in while you're.
No, my phone is charging.
Okay. What's your percentage?
31. Remember, I just came back from a walk.
Carry a battery pack with you then. Okay. Now, I don't know what style of steel this one, if this is considered stainless or high carbon. Is this the 5020 T steel. So,
Hey, Cage.
so hope things are going well for you there, Jason. I have not seen. I saw the thing pop up for the notification for your posting, but I have not seen it yet because I just got home right before I started setting everything up. So, what knife do you like to carry in your bug out bag or your everyday carry? I'm going to try to extend it to your EDC, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Well, that could be next week.
That could or on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll talk about on Thursday. We'll talk about everyday carry or something like a get home scenario.
Yeah. I was told by someone that when I do stuff like this, it's more entertaining and it's more interesting, and new people come in because of it. So, yeah. So I'm gonna do it this way.
Well, it's show and tell, right? It's show and tell. Every kid likes show and tell.
Yeah,
it's show and tell. Everyone likes show and tell.
Yeah.
No, the
You
knife
get to see stuff you don't normally get to see.
Right.
No, the knife. My preferred knife is the one that fits my hand.
Well, not everything fits my hand because I've got big clubby fingers. Well, you see my hands.
Oh yeah.
But because we met in person. This is like the smallest blade handled one I have next to my everyday carry ones. It's this one here. Look how small that is compared to my hand.
Mm.
But that also has the same kind of indentation like my other one has, but without the ridges. Which I would love to have. This would have the little ridges like my other one have, make it a little bit more secure. But that's kind of slick.
Yeah, you don't want to slide off of that and stuff like that. Yeah.
And you keep that one honed at all times because if it's not honed, it's no use for you. So, but that's my my one I use for processing game. Especially, I don't do big game. So if anybody was, why don't you have a gut hook knife or anything like that? It's because I don't hunt big game for a reason. Because generally, I don't need it. Because if you only need as much to put in your freezer to keep you going, or in your body to keep you going, you don't need a big deer, knife in order to process a rabbit, or a squirrel, or porcupine, or whatever it is small game you pick up. So just get what's enough to get you going, keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
All right, getting a catfish. One of these. Actually, I think that would make a good fishing knife. This coast knife. I might put that in my tackle box. I think that would be a good spot for it. I don't know what else to use it for. So that's going to be my fishing knife. Yes, the old timer will do just about everything, but the thing is, it shouldn't have to. Now, if I'm bugging out or trying to get home, one of these, this one here will probably be on my hip, right here, or my fire, because this is the blade's long enough and strong enough to do whatever I need it to. It's full tang, and it will do what I need it to. Only thing I wish it did was if it was left-handed. The sheath is not left-handed. I'm going to talk to Tyler and talk to him and Izzy about possibly getting most of my knives, if not all of them, sheaths left-handed. Because I don't cross-draw anything. I don't know anything about Coast flashlights. The Coast knife that I got from Tyler, I like the sheath. The sheath is really nice. It's got a really nice little plastic liner for it. But I think that would be great for, taking care of fish and everything. I don't own a fillet knife because I don't know how. I know that's stupid, but I've never learned. And no one's had the time to teach me. So there's that. I think it might be my
you better start adding it to your bucket list.
Getting it. I'm planning on getting one. I think Mora makes one, so I might consider getting one of those.
Well, even before you get one, right? Maybe you just have someone show with theirs.
I guess.
Well, because then at least you get that hands-on approach right away see how much you enjoy it and stuff like that before you start purchasing something.
Well, the thing is, generally, what I do is I process all fish the same way. I don't care about bones, first and foremost, because if you cook anything long enough, the bones are going to be insequential anyway. And the fact is, I don't like losing any meat whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I skin it like a catfish.
I see.
I cut it, I gut it, I peel it. And what's left, it gets cooked. Okay, good to know on the fillet knife from Mora. That's true, Wyatt. They only have one thing. They only good. But like I said, this one here is just basically mainly for the, well, let's see. The main thing I use on this thing is the pliers. But I like the grip and it fits my hand. This one here was, now I do keep the blade razor sharp.
Hold on.
What?
The cheapest gut hook, believe it or not, is a carpet cutter that you get for your box cutter.
Oh, so it will fit on here.
Yep.
Okay.
Why am I not surprised?
I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm not really familiar with gut hooks. I mean, I've processed game without a gut hook because, rabbits don't really need it.
Yep, just give them a good squeeze.
Yep, you can peel them like a banana.
Well, yeah.
Or sock.
Same thing. But a sock would probably be more beneficial with the fur on the inside anyway, but yeah. But that's also where the fleas and stuff tend to stay too, so probably not. But just taking care of, if you're, I'm generally going to be carrying a bow with me no matter where I go, because one, it's just easier for me because that's what I know, and my ammo's reusable. That's my biggest thing for that, and it's also quiet. So you're not going to hear me hunt for rabbits. If I'm
Wow.
if I'm,
unless you miss and hit like something and I hear it, that's about it.
Well, the thing is, I've been hunting rabbits since I was 12 with a bow. Why? Because that's what I know. And hitting my first rabbit I ever got was on the run, in the head, in one eye, out the other. How's that for a shot?
It's gruesome.
And
bullseye,
double bullseye. And it was. I will say this: that rabbit
Nice.
was delicious. Plain and simple. You eat what you catch. Roofing hook blades. I'm not familiar with those, Rob.
Yeah, they got a hook on them too, like the carpet
Okay.
ones.
Wyatt, please correct yourself because I don't think sue is the right word.
I think he means use.
Okay. I'm dyslexic and I saw the word sue.
I know, but I also read the whole sentence.
It still didn't make sense to me. Like, huh? No, I do not carry a sidearm generally because in Iowa there's not a lot of big predators. Do we have some? Yes. The only ones we have
kitties now.
Huh?
You have murder kitties now.
We do have murder kitties. We've always had bobcats. We've always had coyotes.
Yeah, usually bobcats will leave you alone.
We've recently had cougars pop up. Literally here, just outside of town, about a mile from where I'm at right now.
All the way from Florida.
Those are a recent thing. Even on the rare occasion, up in northeastern Iowa where I go backpacking, bears have been spotted. But those are migrating bears. It's not like they stay very long or anything like that. And the occasional moose happens to come by. But generally, I won't have to worry about a firearm for a bug-out bag situation, except unless I'm using it against another person. But that's it. But even then, they're not going to hear a bow coming. I don't care what you say.
Let's hope we'd never have to come to that.
Yeah, me too. Yes, if anybody's have seen the latest movie called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, you'll
Yeah.
understand what I'm talking about. It's a new movie. It just came out on Friday. I only watched it because I wanted to see the bow scenes. Hey, it's a longbow used in warfare.
Well, that's probably
And the thing is,
why.
it's a historical fact that it actually was done. So, kind of hard to beat that, CR. It was actually
So I'm
written.
just
Go ahead.
so I'm assuming that you watch like these shows and movies. Just they're shooting a bow in there. I gotta watch it.
Actually,
Hunger
this one
Games.
here
They're
was
shooting a bow. I
well.
gotta
The
watch
thing
it.
is, the actor who was portraying the character in the movie petitioned the Guy Ritchie, the director, to actually have it in there due to the fact that the person he was portraying, Lars, actually did it in World War II. He petitioned the U.S. military, or sorry, the British military, to be able to use it.
Yeah, wasn't known as like Captain Jack or something. The British hated him. Not the British, but the Germans.
You know,
Hated
that's a
him.
different one. That's a different one.
Yeah.
That's a British soldier. This one here, Lars was Swedish.
Oh, okay.
It's the main group that started the SAS.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was the only one to use a bow. But the thing is, I mean, the actor petitioned the director to make sure he used a proper historical weapon that he used, which was a longbow. And I know the accuracy is through the roof on the movie because it's a movie, obviously. But I've been trying to figure out since I seen it who made the bow and what with the draw weights, because I know I could probably outshoot him. But that's just my thinking, by the way. But I'm not here about bows. I'm here about knives tonight. So, Jason, do you carry more than one blade for each purpose, or do you just carry one for everything?
Depends if I'm at work or around the house or.
Okay, bug out situation. You're trying to get home. Your vehicle does not run. You have to get home to go pick up Molly or whatever it is you're doing. One of your daughters. I don't care. What do you carry?
My box cutters and my Klein.
Okay, explain the Klein.
Klein tools.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah.
Okay, your little folder. Okay, and your buck skinner? Which one is that?
No, isn't it for?
No, box cutter.
No, this is not a box cutter. This is for linemen's. For wire cutting.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's sharp too. Oh man, is it sharp? Yeah, so you got those little indentations there at the top.
I see the word. Those are actually serrated like a cutter.
14 gauge, 12 gauge, and 10 gauge wire.
Now, on that note, that you
shepherd
showed
stuff.
that right there, Jason.
Huh?
If this Coast knife had something like that on it, that would make it useful. But this thing's got nothing. These are rounded. They're just there.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
those are sharp.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They have a purpose.
Yes. And
The ones I have don't. So
and the hole there is for making your shepherd's hook.
A fishing knife. Now, what the heck are you guys talking about, Blake and Doug?
Oh, they're talking about eating bear.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, only time I would probably eat a bear if I had no other choice is because I had to kill it because he was trying to kill me. And that's it. Otherwise, I would do everything my power to not interact with that bear or have that bear be scared of me, other than me being scared of the bear or him eating me, and vice versa. So, avoidance is your favorite key when it comes to bears. Don't do it. But especially because you don't want to try to be Daniel Boone.
No, it's when it comes down to desperation.
Yeah.
How hungry are you?
Well, for me, I mean,
Hungry enough to eat a bear?
I'm hungry.
No, I've actually heard that bear tastes like pork. So
Well, that would make sense, right? Because usually they have that extra layer
Does
of
not taste
fat.
like pork. Does not taste like pork.
I said supposed to. I didn't say I knew. I'm going by what I heard. So I don't know. I haven't had bear. I've had a lot of things, but bear's not one of them.
Yeah, I know, Blake. I don't have a need for one.
Now, someone might say, "Oh, why don't you get a military knife?" A military knife is only used for one purpose. It's not made for basic everyday get home stuff.
It's combat.
It's for combat. It's not made for survival. It's not made for bushcraft. It's for doing one thing in battle. That's it.
Yeah.
Or
Slash
something that pertains to
stab.
battle. Huh?
I was saying slash stab.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Now, like I said, I mean, Mora's seems to be the standard in my case because it does it. I like the way I like the Scandi blades. I'm a big fan. Even my this one here. Look at the profile on that one. That's a really nice blade. That is razor. I could shave with that one if I wanted to. Do I want to? No.
No, this one here will just take your skin off.
Pretty much.
That's too close of a shave. Too close.
That would put out this first or second layer of skin. That's not the point. The point is, I mean, if I'm trying to skin a deer or something like that, where I can save the hide or something like that, then that would definitely be useful for that purpose. But if I'm cleaning a rabbit, that's all it really needs to be done with it. Because I'm not, unless I, like you said, take it off like a sock.
Mm-hmm.
That's if you're making like a glove or something else of that matter, or even a pouch, which you can probably quickly if you do a simple brain tanning or something like that, or even just a plain let it dry and see what happens type of situation. But you really don't want to do that. It stinks. That's my limit on skinny because I know how to skin a squirrel. I know how to skin a rabbit. I even know how to do a turkey because I had no other choice. But that's it. Oh, well, pheasant. Well, not so much. But pheasant, yes.
I think the birds are the easiest.
Birds are really good. Yeah, you're right, Rob. I mean, I do have swords. I have 2 of them. Do I use them for anything other than what they are? They're sitting up in my bedroom right now because I don't need them. Would I carry one on a hip in an apocalyptic situation? Probably. But I'm not a swordsman. I am not a knife fighter of any shape or size.
There's this Victorinox again.
Hey, I had official Army Swiss one, so I'm kind of jealous that he has one. I don't have one.
So
that's my Victorinox.
Yeah.
Well, Cecilia's got a couple swords.
What?
Yeah, Cecilia has swords.
I didn't know that.
She's going to go a little Highlander on all of us.
I have a couple.
I know, right?
I'm glad you understand that reference, CR. I don't know if...
Yeah, I do. I understand that reference. Yeah, that's it.
I actually heard they're trying to bring that, redo that series.
What, the series or the movie?
The series.
They're redoing the movie.
They're redoing the movie? Well, they're going to probably revamp the series too. But it's not going to be the same. I don't care what they say. I mean, what they came out with a cartoon that wasn't even close to being anything like it.
It doesn't have Freddie Mercury in it. It's not going to be the same.
Freddie Mercury is who sang it.
Every song in that movie.
Yep. If they bring anything else but Freddie Mercury, they're wrong. BBS?
British Broadcasting System.
Ah.
Dang, Jason's just on the ball today.
Yeah, he knows his acronyms.
Clearly, I don't.
Well, I mean, okay, Jason, how many Moros do you have?
0.
Really?
Yep.
I know Rob's got
We gotta
one.
break, we gotta break his cherry on that then. We gotta break his,
Out
his
of
cherry on
nowhere,
that.
you get a Moro in the mail.
No, don't worry about it.
Next meetup that you guys do, right?
Well, the thing is, I mean, Moros are. I mean, I didn't. The one I had was the. Let's see if I can find the one I had. I got.
Yeah, I guess I should break out my my grinder and grab one of my old blades and my saw blades and get that taken care of.
The one I had was it was the old wood handle ones. Give me a second.
I have a more with a wood handle.
I think it might have been a classic. I'm not sure.
That's funny, Cecilia.
Yeah, it was a 01. A more classic 01. And it was one of my favorite knives. I carried it for years, and then my Bugout bag got stolen out of my truck, out of our car, which is really stupid because they broke the window and the door was unlocked. They didn't have to break out the window, and it was on Christmas Eve, too. So that really sucked. Yep. Why? Yep. Moros are utility knives. That's what they're used for. Pretty much everything. If anybody's got any more commercials, I have. Let me know because I've only got a couple interesting ones.
That's why I joined the panel.
I actually got govx.com. For those people who know what it is, it's a really good thing.
Yeah, let's see. I had a Harbor Freight one earlier, had a Vivor and a Pluto TV.
I keep getting DoorDash. I don't know why.
I've never gotten a DoorDash.
Obi?
I always get DoorDash. I don't know why. Every time.
You get DoorDash?
OBR.
You get DoorDash to your house normally?
No.
CR?
No. Well,
Okay.
it's either DoorDash or Skip or Uber. One of the three.
Mine was just
Always
GovX.
have it.
That's all I got. The next one is Autodesk Fusion, whatever that is. I'm just going to skip it because it doesn't matter to me right now. But yes, I understand. Be careful when you do if you get someone to sharpen your blades. Swords, while really nice to have sharp, aren't necessarily needed to be sharp because a machine made, say, katana, if that's what you got, has a factory edge that'll still cut somebody's hand off. Just a matter of force if you know what you're doing. But since I'm sure you probably don't, just swinging it around and going, ah, be scary enough for someone to run out your house anyway. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
Jason?
I was asleep.
Honest answer. I'll accept it.
No, I've been out in the yard, raking, cleaning, weed eating,
Oh, I believe you. I mean, I got to say, like I told you earlier, I wasn't able to watch the video you just posted because I just got home.
Pretty far today because everything was so bad.
I understand because on Saturday I was the same way. I was exhausted. I passed out as soon as I got off the live with you guys. But no, Cecilia doesn't necessarily have to sharpen her swords that she has. She's got to wield them and come running at the person who probably breaks into their house. It's going to probably scare them off because not realizing this some old granny is going to be coming after him with a sword. He's not going to be expecting it. It's going to probably scare the crap out of him enough to get him to run, or he's going to get hit a couple times before he gets the idea he shouldn't be there.
There you go, Cecilia. Blunt force trauma.
The bastard sword, I would probably say the katana would probably be better.
Yeah, so it's like a broadsword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a broadsword. It's so heavy that you need two hands for that.
Yeah. And the fact is, if you hit anybody with that, they're going to know it.
Well, yeah, because it's got weight behind it, too.
Now, if I don't think anybody's going to be everyday carrying swords anytime soon. But, or, it'd be interesting to see, like, via Highlander or what have you.
A machete counts.
A machete would count. Now, I think, Cecilia, that might be something you might want to consider is carrying a machete. It's lighter, more utilitarian, and easy to handle. And they're very, you can find them anywhere. I mean, do I need to get one? Probably. Because you can use it for everything. Except for, eating with, obviously. But as bugging in, probably, yes. And then also, if you point it straight at them and run at them, you might stab them. So that's something else too.
Just wait behind the corner and hit them with it when they're not looking.
Hit them in the shins, because if their legs are taken out from them, they're not going anywhere. Then you take what they have, and then toss them out. That remains outside the door.
Oh, Blake!
It'd be amazing what you can do with an aluminum baseball bat.
Hey, that's anything. Those have been known to work too. So her little crossbow might work. It couldn't hurt.
The government doesn't know she has it. Quiet.
Yep. Well, the thing is, I mean, if someone's coming in and she points it and shoots a crossbow at someone, it could still hurt them really bad. Marine machetes. I don't have an opinion on those. I know a few Marines, but they don't talk about those. Not really.
There you go. There you go.
I was Army, not Marine. So and we didn't carry a lot of big knives that I know of.
Yeah, Cecilia's having that TWD moment.
I see it, yeah.
Say hello to my little friend.
And you go, twang. And he goes, what the hell was that? Ah! She hit me in the knee.
Like I said, in a world where the poop has hit the fan, I would take a baseball bat. I would get a table saw, and I would run the saw blade up it 8 times lengthwise, and glue in razor blades.
I would drill it out and fill it up with lead and add 10-penny nails.
No, don't add lead to it. It would be too hard to swing and to stop it and to come back.
I don't.
Well, it's not only that. If you put nails into a bat like that, it may affect the structure of it because you split that or you made holes in that bat.
Well, okay, then screws.
Yeah.
But you drill.
Because you don't want it splitting, right? Because you don't.
No.
If you're hitting something, you don't. Right. Yeah.
You drill it out.
Yeah. Pre-drill some holes that way.
Yeah. Then you put.
You don't want it splitting.
And then it seals everything in place.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Mac. Cliff's not here today. Mac was looking for Cliff. Cliffy's not here right now. He's probably on.
Probably with Jesse.
Jesse's channel. Note yourself. Don't make these people. No, I would probably end up using my bow before I'd use anything else, because I have a lot of bows.
It'd be nice to have a sheath for my my big knife from Harbor Freight instead of this the flimsy one.
Okay. Speaking of Harbor Freight knives, I've been told on multiple channels that I've watched that the Harbor Freight survival knife is junk.
Yeah, it's held up so far for about 4 years. I've been treating it pretty bad.
Well, because it's a hollow tang.
Well,
It
it's
doesn't have a full
in
tang
there.
at all. That's the biggest issue.
It's better than no knife.
That's true.
Yeah, it's probably better than a stone knife or a stone tool. Just saying.
No. Correct yourself, because if you have an obsidian knife, CR.
I said stone. I didn't say
No.
glass. Like.
Hey, obsidian is also considered a stone, not just glass.
Oh, okay. Technicality. I gotta be. Someone's
Obsidian
gonna
blade is
hit me
not
with a tech.
meant for
Oh,
defending
also,
yourself. It is meant for cleaning your game.
Yeah,
if
because
you
it's
talk
sharp,
to
but it's
Blake,
brittle.
who does flint napping, he has made flint napped knives, I believe, and those things are razor sharp. So, if you could do arrowheads, you could make knives that are enough to warrant you can shave with just by flint napping. So, Blake, if you're in here, please confirm or deny that, because I've had one of his arrowheads, and it's really sharp. So,
Yeah, I got gifted a flint napped arrowhead before.
okay.
Hold on. That's because Trudeau doesn't want you to have one, Cecilia.
I was going to ask CR, since he's also up there.
Yeah, I know.
Not the same, location, obviously, but
No, it's still can't.
what's what's the word for it? Well, accessibility of finding a machete if you need to use one for gardening purposes.
Yeah, I gotta cut down this sunflower, right? Right, Cecilia?
Yeah, I mean they're gardening tools, literally.
I actually need to get a sheath for mine.
I know where there's a really nice old school one over at one of the shops downtown. I cannot afford it at the moment, but
okay, I'm gonna show you how brutal I am with my machete from Harbor Freight.
okay. Oh my God! Look at those chips. Oh my!
No, the blade is still good. The saw blade is good. It's just dirty and nasty.
No. I saw in your blade down the other way. I saw one.
Maybe a roll edge. Or something.
Yeah, probably.
Oh no, this thing's sharp.
Yeah,
it's heavy. And
I can't tell from the angle.
No.
It's got the nice flexing too. But like I said, this does not cut it.
Oh, it'll cut. It just not cut. It doesn't hold it.
No, I meant for carrying.
Yeah.
Well, would you talk to Tyler? Maybe he can make you one.
I could probably make my own. I don't have any tools, and I'm not going to worry about it.
Come on, Jason. Just do it and do it as a video. Make some content out of it.
All you really
It'll be
need,
worth it.
Jason, is the right leather, some grommets, and an X-Acto knife.
Oh, then I also need the needles and the punches. And
No. You don't need to sew it up. Rivet it.
Oh, I got plenty of rivets.
Use a rivet. It's all you need. You don't need to sew it. If you want to sew it, that's great, but you don't need to. Yeah, Ian's got one of the Camulus's machetes.
I tell you what, it's better than nothing, especially when I'm out there cutting the vines.
Exactly. I'm not sure if anybody in the chat has those Camulus ones or not. Ian bought
the carnivore one.
I don't know.
It
was a two knife. It came with a fixed blade knife as well as the machete, and he bought it because he wanted one.
Yeah.
And now I can't I don't know the quality of Camulus blades. I don't, because I don't own one. Because I consider
I
a
have one.
Huh?
I have one.
You have one?
Yes, I do have one.
Okay. Quality.
I haven't
Explain.
used it as much as I would like. Actually, next time I go camping, maybe I'll bring it with me. Why not?
Okay.
I haven't used it as much as I would like. I mean, I've used it, but maybe not as much as Jason here.
Okay. Okay. White has a Camulus wedge. I don't know if Ian's. Give me a moment, guys. I'll check Ian's room, see if he's got his Camulus available. Then I can bring it out
Okay.
and show you guys, and then we'll go from there. Because Ian has a ton of blades in his room, but I don't usually feel comfortable about going into his room to get it because he's not here. But I'll be right back, just because this is something I need to find out.
Well,
No.
he's not watching the stream randomly.
Okay, you guys can just stare into space, or you can talk about stuff there. CR.
Hi, Molly.
Hey, sweetheart, how are you?
Now, I do like my lethal knife.
Ah,
That's the most expensive knife I've ever bought for myself.
What's one?
That lethal knife that we got. We got it on sale for what, $50? It was on sale.
Yeah, I spent like $59 on Katie's pocket knife.
Yeah, 59 on Katie's pocket knife.
But she takes one to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, even my daughter carries a good buck knife. You've seen my knife, haven't you? CR, my lethal knife. Oh, he muted himself, so it just left me here all by myself.
Yep.
Oh no, I got a metal box cutter, a really nice one. It says Cobalt on it. Yep, there's that Cobalt. I'm gonna have to go and get my knife out of the bedroom. I'll do it when everybody gets back. I'll run and get it. Excuse me, walk.
sorry, I went to go get some.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it here as soon as people get back.
Like I said,
And CR's playing with his mouse again.
oh yeah, like I said, too bad Colin's not here to modify solo it, but whatever. Yeah, I got like I said, I have an orange one.
No, I got a camouflage from Cobalt.
Gerber multi-tool. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, I got lots of those.
Yeah,
got some on my
I still like these. I still like these. The pliers come out so nicely.
my backpack. I got them in there.
Oh.
Got them in my bedroom. Got them in my. I think I have one in my toolbox.
Like I said, one Mora. Hey, this Mora's older than all of us, probably. So unless you were born before the 50s.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think anyone's older than this.
Cecilia is.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't it? It's nice the pink moon, isn't it?
It's like 74 years old.
Okay, folks.
Or up to. Welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, I got like 16 different knives here.
I know, I went to go get some tips. I was just showing
Okay.
Be right back. Ciao, Coco.
Show and tell. Show and tell.
Okay. The first one is the simple Pakistani boot knife. If anybody has gotten any knives from Pakistan over the last 20 years, you'll see this one a lot. Nothing fancy about it. This is the cheapest of the cheapy of all the different knives. Just a simple, it's in really bad condition too, so bear with.
And apparently I
Nothing
need to. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I said apparently I need to clean my box cutter knife.
This is his. I guess this is the camulus one. I'm not sure. It's called the Tac Extreme.
Yeah, that's a variation of the carnivore version that they have.
Yeah.
Looks
It's got
looks
the,
shorter.
It's got what's supposed to be like a saw blade on the back,
Yeah, just like
but they're not.
carnivore does.
It's all even. They're not offset or anything like that, so it can't be used as a saw blade. Now, I got a couple that don't have sheaths, so bear with me here. He's got these for like $5 a piece at a Renaissance fair. Bought from Jarrett, who comes into the chat if he's not here already. But this one is called a right edge, RITE edge. Not a bad blade. It's stainless. Needs a little work, but for a cheapy blade, not bad. Now this one is a HRT Smith & Wesson boot knife. We found this one at the bin store, the Goodwill Outlet Center, in one of the bins. Didn't have a sheath.
Yeah. Usually the stuff you get it usually doesn't have a sheath or something like that.
Yeah, the steel is whatever that is. But it's just a boot knife, which is great for as long as you have a sheath for it.
Yeah.
The next one is in a buck style, with a pointy handle, that kind of thing. Still no sheath. I think this one's Pakistani because I can't find any markings on it. Is it razor sharp? Yeah, because Ian sharpens his blade too much.
Well, at least he has practice.
Now, this is actually one of his finds that you might get a kick out of CR, or anybody else in the thing for that matter. It's hard to see what it says. Cub Scout. He picked up a Cub Scout knife, pen knife. This is a really old one too. When he first got it, we couldn't get any of the blades out.
Oh yeah, I've experienced that before in buying tools, stuff like that.
It was old when he got it, obviously. There's the little off punch thing, and it's got 4 blades, sort of. It's got because it's got the pop bottle opener and the screwdriver, the and I think the can opener.
That's not carbon steel, is it?
I don't know, actually.
Like I said, if you get
It's a
the first off of
camulus,
it,
actually. It's a camulus.
So,
It says new something or other, and I can't say. It's sorry, I'm trying to read it, but it's obscured a little bit.
well, you need to take out one of your lenses and use it so you can actually see it.
It says New York, USA, but it is a camulus blade. I did not know they made one, so that's new to me. But I think that's only has 3 blades, not 2, 4. So there is no 4th blade. It's just got 3 blades: a penknife, a screwdriver, a bottle opener, and a aw punch. But yeah. And last but not least, the generic survival knife. Now, this one actually is made of steel, not plastic, so that's a step up. Simple, generic vinyl sheath. A 420 stainless Taiwan blade. A dead compass. It leaks all the liquid out of it, so it's no good anymore. So I could probably put a new one in there.
Yeah, kind of modify it.
Right. It no longer has the survival kit because he's took it out.
Mm.
As you can
Oh
see.
yeah, I was about to say that. Is it one of those type with a
Yeah.
hollow handle where you put stuff in?
But it does have something that most people doesn't have. It actually has the rings for that would go with the saw to make it into a bow saw.
Mm.
I've got a one that this would work with, so that's kind of cool. And it does have the ability to take the compass out.
Commercial.
Okay.
I'm on panel. It doesn't matter.
And it looks like I got a piston commercial.
Yeah. This.
Yeah.
That's
That's oil.
cracked on this thing to cause
Probably. I got the same thing. It'd be the piston.
So I have a question for you guys.
What's up?
Specifically, like this knife that you just showed that used to have a survival kit inside or whatever, right?
This one right here.
Have you guys ever tried to do that with the knives that you currently have? Like, I know some people, let's say, wrap paracord around the handle, something around the sheath, or a piece of tape with that's that sewing needle or something like that. I've seen some of those out there. I've seen other people doing these where they modify their.
I have not.
I'll do that for the bag. I'll do that for the ones that I put in a bag, but the everyday carry, not so much.
No, I would not do it because I don't rely on just one knife.
No. I meant as where you're adding in, let's say, you tape a sewing needle, you add some, let's say, bank line around the handle or around the sheath or something along the lines of that.
Oh.
Because I know some people will add like a ferrocene rod on as part of the handle, as part of the sheath. So, you got that with you. So if you got your knife, you got some additional things on you besides a cutting tool.
Okay. You know what this is, CR?
Yes, it's a
What is
ferrocene
it?
rod. It's a ferrocene rod.
It's attached to my shoestrings.
Mhm.
Which is attached to my boot that I wear every day.
Yeah.
So I don't need to. But
No, this is just a
I can
variation of that.
understand people who do. I mean, I carry a kit that has all that.
You see
Everything you just said, I have a kit in my bag
Yeah.
because that's my everyday carry.
Yeah.
But I don't need to have it wrapped to my knife because I'm not a knife guy, so that's not the first thing I'm going to go for. Now, I might attach something to my bow or something like that because I'm more likely to carry that than I am my knife. But that's not necessarily the right thing, but it's just what I'm comfortable with.
Because I've seen a lot of those Bugout bag videos, and sometimes I'll see that every so often where the cutting tool it's like it's a kit in itself.
Okay, CR, you already should know what this is.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Okay, what's my preferred weapon?
I'm quivering. Is it a quiver?
No, but yes.
Or is
Actually,
see, that's what I was going to say.
No, it's a bow.
Oh, okay.
This is my takedown longbow. From Atlas Survival Longbows. And this bag didn't come with it. I found this bag. I want to add a strap to it so I can actually make it into a quiver, so I can wear it on my back if I need to. But this carries everything I need. I would wrap this up with with those things that you were mentioning before I would a knife, because there goes my Allen wrench, but that's all I need right there. So, So that's my whole bow right there. But it's a 50-pound draw bow. I could, just maybe wrap the handle with some leather or something with the stuff you were discussing, or down at these ends here,
Well,
or
I
up
mean, you could do
along
it
here.
as much as or as good as you want, right?
Right. But I mean, because it's not going to interfere with what I want to do. But I don't want to do up over because I actually would be using these holes here for like either not as a sight or for setup for a bow fishing setup or something to the like of that nature.
Yeah.
Even down here at the bottom, I've got the little receiver port for a bow fishing arrow setup. So that way I can use it for not just hunting. Well, I'll be hunting for fish. Pretty much the same thing. But yeah, and this, I would wrap this before I would do anything else. And that'd be sparingly at best. But I can see that where someone could do that, as long as I didn't have any other options. But a knife in general, probably not for me. Now, I'm sure other people have, like something like this, wrap the handle, give it a little bit more with either paracord or what have you, or survival cord, which would be even better.
Well, I say this because I know Really Big Monkey, David Gerson, he he has a setup where he has like a machete with a smaller knife or paired up with a saw.
Survival
Meaning,
cord.
Well,
like
I've
some
seen
sort of
that. It's actually kind of smart. I can understand that
A
one
metal wire,
because I mean,
rope that will burn.
like taking one of these and putting, say, this little blade like right here.
which is totally possible. Right?
Yeah. Well, I actually put it on the front, obviously, because you'll be wearing it on the outside. That way, you can just reach over and grab it. This your pen knife is good utility little knife. That's all it is, just a pen knife. Not something like this style because I don't see this as a practical style to me, but I'm sure other people would. It depends on what you're comfortable with. Me, I like my Moras, and I know how to use pretty much everything I have for what it uses. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what to use my box knife for in a survival situation other than cutting rope.
Like this one here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well, yours is a slide out. Mine's a lock blade.
Oh yeah, mine locks like that.
This one locks too.
No, I mean, I can understand liking the push blade style, but I don't like doing that because I can't flick it back.
It actually goes back pretty easy.
If you're right-handed. I just don't like it. I don't like that kind of thing. Because all it takes is you accidentally hitting it in your pocket, and it pops out.
Actually, that's got a very hard clip on it.
Well, like I said, I don't put mine. Even though mine has a clip, I don't wear it on my hip or anything. I keep it in my pocket.
I wish mine had a clip.
The knife goes in your pocket, and the clip goes over the edge.
Mine doesn't do that. I stick this one in my back pocket.
Yeah, the knife goes in the pocket, and the clip holds it in. You don't have it hanging out.
You're not wrong, Rob. I do have a lot of stuff at the moment surrounding me.
Yeah, see? Cobalt made this one here. You can there's a little button here that you push so you can change the blade.
Right.
You gotta have it just right in the right spot. It's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, it has a little lever you pull back on this right here. You pull that back, then mine this part slides out.
Yeah, see, I don't like those.
I do.
I'm like,
Once it's locked, I know it's locked. I don't have to worry about it accidentally being depressed and the blade deploying in my pocket.
this is the lethal knife that I got. It's already got the multi strapping on there, and you can do left or right with this.
You mentioned that one, but I'm not familiar with.
Or you can rotate it 90 degrees.
Okay, what style of blade does it handle? Okay, that's not bad. What kind is it again?
Lethal knife.
Is that the one Molly just got you?
Yeah.
Okay, she got that for your birthday, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early birthday, but
Okay. There's the
Yeah,
one.
mine's
Right,
see, mine's similar to Jason's. I've been walking, but mine folds like yours, Colin. I also have,
Okay. Yeah, his is a
I have
different
hard bank
combination of
line.
both of ours. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I got it for free from someone, so
You can't really beat free CR.
yeah. I mean, I use it for utility purposes. Projects I'm doing,
Right.
for example.
that's pretty much
You'd be
how
so you'd be surprised how good you can feather stick with with a box cutter.
Yeah. A box cutter does make really good feather sticks.
you know what,
That's because the blade's thin.
and it cuts
Exactly.
bacon really good too.
Yeah.
Whatever it does do food prep, but you got to make sure you maintain the same blade for cooking only.
Yeah, you don't cross contaminate and all that stuff.
Exactly.
You know what's best good for? Slicing garlic.
Only if you eat garlic.
Oh, I love garlic.
Garlic should be only used in lasagna and spaghetti.
I know garlic's in everything.
Not for me.
Guys, can you stop talking about food?
I love
Please.
garlic bacon.
I didn't bring it
Stop
up. You
talking
did.
about food. Oh my god. Oh yeah.
No, did I bring it up? Did I bring it up?
Well, no. You guys
With
are talking about
black
garlic
pepper.
now. Jason's got talking about.
No.
seasoning.
Okay. No. Let me correct myself. I did mention food, but coming to one of my blades, my newest blade is going to be used for processing food only, like cooking. It would be this one, my newest one.
Oh.
It's also got the shortest blade of all
I
of
have
them.
the straight razor too.
But you don't plan on shaving.
It's great for self-defense.
Steak.
No, whatever there, Wyatt.
That was Wyatt.
Whatever there.
See what you do is you take the bacon, you cut it in little strips about yay
Now
long.
bacon.
Okay, if you're going to talk about bushcraft cooking, that'll be a whole new separate.
With crab.
At least let me eat before you guys talk about it.
I didn't start it.
Black pepper, and sliced thin garlic, a little bit of onions. And you put the butter in the pan, and you slowly, what's the word for it? The not simmer.
Sear.
No, not sear. No, lower that temperature.
Simmer.
You want to sweat it.
Ian does have his own style of skinning knife, but it's a very bad Pakistani. This one got wet and didn't get dried properly. The sheath kind of ate itself.
Yeah, it seemed dirty.
Yeah.
I forgot about this one.
Yeah, your leaf blade. That one could be used for skinning.
That's what it is. That's what I use for squirrels.
Nothing wrong with that. Cecilia says garlic for everything.
Mhm.
At least I know you guys aren't vampires, so you're good.
Well, yeah, I like sunlight.
Oh, Huga headed out, folks, just to let you guys know.
Yeah, and I gotta go in about minutes.
10 minutes?
I got a 10-minute stream at the top of that. Or
About 10 more minutes.
The only thing I don't like about it, it doesn't lock.
I can understand that would be very frustrating.
It'd be nice. You know what? I might go ahead and put like a little clip in here. So then I can put it right there and then it won't keep going back.
How about like a key ring that would wrap around the back of it?
Yes,
The
that's
handle?
what I'm saying. A key ring right there.
Yeah.
well, the key ring would at least then you can actually.
No, I was
carry it.
thinking.
It's like
I was thinking about if you put the key ring at the top, like you were showing, if it would be long enough to go around the end of it to lock around the handle.
Right there. And it keeps it from going down.
No, I understand that, but
Yeah. Folding is not the issue. It wants to keep going.
that's
And
true.
it's-
Oh, Cecilia says, "Who says I'm not a vampire? I sleep during the day and up during the night." She's not wrong. Or at least she's nocturnal anyway. But she likes garlic, so.
well, she could be like Blade, right? You know.
Yeah. Here's
Daywalker,
another one of
Daywalker.
Ian's knives. And yes, it's supposed to be some kind of Damascus, but I can't guarantee you if it's real or not.
Should I put this key ring with it?
Ian's probably got more knives than I can count, but I have no idea where they're all at the moment.
The rubber chicken on a key ring?
Does it go when you pull it?
No.
No, then it's not a good rubber chicken. No, I've seen people carry for their EDC or the Bugout bags. They actually have the belt knives, the ones that actually fit in their belt buckle. You've seen those?
Well, they got the ones that look like a sword.
The what? A sword is a sword.
Have you seen a belt sword?
No.
They're like this long, and you just whip it out of your belt.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. I'm not sure if that's a real thing or not. I thought that was always on a Kung Fu Theater or something like that. Is that a real thing?
Oh, where it pulls out of the belt itself?
Yes.
It is the belt.
No, it pulls out of the belt.
Oh,
It's real super thin. I mean, it's floppy, but
Yeah.
like a Tai
I've seen
Chi
that
sword?
in. I was gonna say I've seen that in cartoons before, but I've never seen that in real life.
Neither have I. I was talking about
Yeah.
just the belt buckle knives.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
You know, the little like either a push knife or something like that. But that'd be more like for defense because it's not really practical for anything else. Unless someone else knows about it, maybe hammer it into a tree and hopefully hold your hammock up. Maybe I don't know.
Big Mike, how you doing?
Hey, Mike, how you doing, brother?
Hello.
Good to know that you're not a vampire. That does not make you not. You can't say you're not a werewolf. Possibly. I've seen you. I know what you look like.
What?
But go ahead.
I have a question. I gotta remember what time it is. I gotta time.
I will keep it track. You got 7 more
No.
minutes.
I can see the time. Over by a minute or two until. I was gonna say have you guys ever tried to either make one or reprofile a piece of metal to make a cutting tool before? Because I've seen the videos out there. There's plenty of videos of people either making them or reusing.
See this
a
right
piece
here?
of metal.
I broke the tip off.
Mm.
I reprofiled it.
Yeah, I've done that before too.
Now, I have not made my own knives because I'm not a knife maker. But I do know enough blacksmiths and knife makers that I don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I know like 5 in the local area.
No, what I mean is like I know people have taken old saw blades to make cutting tools out of stuff like that.
Possibly, I guess.
That's because I've tried it before.
That's kind of cool, Cage. Now, the only person I know who's made a knife in our group overall would probably be Blake. But he's made stone knives. I don't know about Jason or Cliff or Johnny might.
Just out of saw blades.
You have made them before?
Yeah. That's why I need to make another one because I don't have any more left.
Now, it depends on what kind of saw blade you use and how old the saw blade is. Because I've heard the
like a
really
saw blade.
The old school sawmill blades. We're talking about the big ones.
No, none of those. No, out of the reciprocating
Circular saw blades is what you're talking about.
Yeah. Saw, Diablo branded ones, Milwaukee and so forth.
Those are easy to do.
Oh,
you just you just have to grind the teeth out. You just have to angle it well.
Yeah, I got a grinder and I got a belt sander. Angle grinder.
I don't have
pretty much you could do that in an after.
Out of these.
Rob. I've always wanted to get one, but I haven't got one yet. Blake said he's made steel knives too. Steel buck knives.
Here's that belt knife. I put it on mute so you can't get in trouble.
How am I going to get in trouble for a belt knife?
Because I turned the sound off. It's a video.
Oh, sorry. Is that the sword or is that the? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a short sword. Interesting. Are those magnets?
Apparently so.
And apparently I'm attracted to this now.
It's the guy with the bald head. That's what it is. Yeah, those are magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way to hold it in place.
It's still it's a cool concept.
It is, but I would say it's not practical because I use my belt to hold my pants up. And I also use my belt to hold things besides my pants.
As you can see how flimsy it is.
Yeah.
But it's enough to scare somebody away.
Possibly. But, I mean, how useful is it after it's deployed? You know?
It's probably more of a shock and awe factor. I'm sure it's still sharp, though.
Now,
Oh,
okay.
I imagine it's sharp, but...
Okay, Rob mentioned having a neck knife. How many of us actually carry those?
It's a necklace knife. Molly has one.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a neck knife. I've been thinking about it, but I can't justify me getting one because I've never needed one before. So I usually have my knives in my pockets of part of my everyday carry.
No, I'm going to turn that one off. So.
Okay, I think we're good with this one.
I mean, yeah, it looks like it's just a piece of stainless steel.
It's not fancy on that one.
Yeah,
interesting, but
it's obviously going to be thin.
I mean, but you couldn't do any useful work with it. And I wouldn't want to fight with it. Because
you wouldn't be able to parry, right? Because it doesn't have the stiffness.
Molly's actually a necklace for her little her neck knife. That thing would come out of nowhere if you weren't paying attention.
Right.
Where'd that come from, Molly?
Ooh, what's that pain in the back of my neck?
The treasure chest.
Yeah, that's her treasure chest knife.
Okay. I'm not going to ask about that one because it's none of my business. No, I was considering getting one because I just wanted a custom knife from somebody. Because one of the people I know was on Forged in Fire, and I would love to have one of his knives. Ian owns one of his knives, which is wrapped in paracord, which goes to answer, CR's earlier question about wrapping a handle with that, which he did. Though I do have some really good scale material I'd love to use. Really beautiful scales. As you can see, we've got some red in there. And really pretty.
Nice.
I got that at the Watcher County Flea Market last year. And, yeah. Yeah, we actually discussed that already, Mike. I would think using old school sawmill blades would be better because the steel's better. And
well, yeah, it's cutting it out that's going to be the problem.
Well, any way you can, just like you would. Sorry, I'm starting to work.
Grinder. Use a grinder.
A grinder of some kind or something.
Plasma cutter.
That's if you have one available. If it's a grid down situation, you may not have that.
Or take a really long time with a hacksaw.
Exactly. And a ton of blades, no less.
Yeah, leaf springs for a small leaf springs, not for a truck.
You would have a billion leaf springs to use for making blades like that out of those things. Because like 40 leaf springs per vehicle, approximately, give or take. And how many vehicles are on the road right now? Everywhere? Over 1 million?
Hardly any of them use leaf springs anymore. It's all coil springs.
The coil spring feels more quality than, you don't have to worry about having to create steel. It's already steel. You just got to heat it up and just mangle it for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, doing something like that is much easier than trying to forge a new piece of metal.
Exactly.
Oh, I got a
Oh,
whole.
because it takes a while to heat up metal like that.
Listen, I got a lot of steel blades.
Yeah.
The teeth are all messed up on them.
Yeah, I mean, when people use these reciprocating saw blades, eventually the teeth you wear it down, right? Well, it's a good way of kind of making a tool out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Wyatt, I actually know 2 people from Forge and Fire. And the thing is, I'd be happy with anybody's blade, whether they won or not, because they were good enough to get on the show. They're better than me.
Yeah, they're way better than I am.
Because they don't just let anybody on that show.
Yeah,
And
all you need is a good piece of steel and an angle grinder and the sanding disc for it.
and a way to do the heat quench. Be able to quench your blade after you'll be able to heat it up to temper your blade.
Yeah, but a lot of people are not going to temper their blade because they're not going to be able to get it to temperature.
Why not?
Well, you can probably get it to temperature. Can you get it to the right temperature?
Well, the thing is,
practice.
I have a friend of mine. He's a blacksmith who makes blades, obviously. He doesn't use a temperature gauge like everybody else. He keeps his shop dark.
Yeah.
Does it by
Insanely
sight.
dark.
So he
For a
can
reason.
see the color.
For the color.
Yeah.
He
Just like old
he
school
knows when
katanas
the
were
color
made.
gets to a certain color, he's ready to go.
Yeah. That's how katanas were made a long time ago, by sight.
In the dark.
His
Yeah.
name is Mark Miskell. He's the guy who actually married my wife and me. He's a blacksmith, and he lives up in Maine right now. So he's actually about either 25 or 5 miles from Canada on 25 acres up there. So you could probably say hi to him, CR.
I could probably shouting, you would hear me right now. That's how close.
Yeah, that close.
Yeah.
He said, "Can I borrow a cup of sugar?" He said, "Sure."
Sweet.
Or goat's milk because he raises goats.
Yuck.
To each their own. Goat is actually not bad, by the way.
Goat meat is good. Goat milk's not so good.
Can you guys wait till I leave to bring up the food?
Pepperoni pizza, lasagna, cookies, cake, pie, ice cream. Too late. I already mentioned all the good ones. But we have also discussed processing rabbit and squirrel and other game that we would also require being broken up the many knives that we carry. Now, personally, I would carry what I plan to hunt. With a knife to carry for what I would usually hunt for. Because if I'm not going for deer, I'm not going to carry a big skinning knife. My little skinning knife works great for everything I need to, because I will go after small game, because it replenishes itself a lot faster than a deer population does.
Good night, Rob.
All right, Rob.
I think I'll take that segue out with them at the same time.
Yeah, it's after 10 for you.
Yeah, I know.
So
anyways,
we kind of got on a tangent there. I apologize, CR. Go get some sleep. Go get some food. Whatever you need to do.
Sleep. I gotta eat and attend desserts. Prepping stream.
But I will catch you on Thursday, hopefully.
Yes. Later, Jason.
We'll probably continue on with the knives.
Bye, CR.
Bye, Molly.
Bye, brother. Take care.
Later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, Jason, if you would carry particular knives for certain reasons. Like if you're hunting for small game, you carry stuff for small game.
Well, when I go out in the wild, I always take my lethal knife.
Your what?
I always take the lethal knife if I'm going to go out in the wild.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's a decent knife.
It is. It's quite nice.
And it's a
heavy.
good utility knife. It's good for all things.
And it's heavy.
Oh, I bet. But like I said, if I'm hunting, I'm carrying my skinning knife where I could process rabbit, because that's what I would be going for, or squirrel if I do that. Because I mean, I'm not going to be hunting anything bigger than that anyway, because I can get a whole ton of those compared to one deer, which will run faster than I can actually get to. You know,
because I carry 2 box cutters at work, and everybody says, "Why do you have 2 knives?" I says, "When you go hunting, do you go hunting with one gun?" They go, "No." Well, that's my point.
I do go with.
Backup.
I do plan on doing one thing though. It's going to be a little different though. I think I mentioned it to you before, Jason, about going black powder for deer season.
Just get it. Like I said, there's quite a few decent black powder out there. They're not expensive.
Right.
You
Because
just have to practice.
yeah, the only reason why is because black powder season crosses over with bow season.
Yes, it
So
does.
if I miss with a bow, I might be able to get it with a black powder. So one way or another, I'd be getting a deer, and I'll be legal doing with both ways because I would have my licenses for both.
Like I said, if you're bow hunting, sometimes the deer don't get close enough.
Well, even then, that would still justify carrying both.
Yeah, like I said, you can go the modern day black powder rifles. You can get 200 yards out of them, easy.
Or have you seen the adapters you could use with modern shotguns,
Mm-hmm.
which basically make any shotgun into a black powder?
Yeah, you might as well just put a slug in
Can't do that. You know that legally.
in a shotgun.
Not for what we use. It has to be a black powder setup for black powder.
Yeah.
Because that's the season. You don't want to go out of season. But the thing is, you'd have to show that that's what you're doing and verify that. But I wouldn't want to do it with the 12 gauge that I have right now because it's just too heavy. But we're not. That's off the topic of what we were here for, is knives. Now, besides carrying your skinning knife and your lethal knife, can you skin with that knife, or you have a different skinning style knife?
It's an all around. I wouldn't do fish with it. I wouldn't fillet a fish with it.
Oh no.
It's not just-
I don't even own a fillet knife, so I couldn't do that either. So like I said, I don't fillet knives, fish. I mean, I actually just peel it and cut its head off, gut it, peel it, then cook it. But that's
well, like I said, a good way to practice is get a roast, and you can practice on a roast, cutting off the fat.
here's the question: why cut off the fat? That's the best part.
Well, you cut off the big heavy pieces of fat, and you leave some of the thin fat on there.
When you bake it, it's so good when it's the fat's on there, though. That's the best part, especially when it gets all crispy. But that's just neither here nor there. But I actually don't know exactly what I'm doing when it comes to filleting fish because I've never done it. And since I don't know, because knowing how to use a fillet knife doesn't mean you know how to fillet a fish. Because fish are different because you have to deal with the ribs and all the other crap.
And every species is different. The way
Exactly. So that's why I just do the same way every time. I don't lose out on any meat. I just have to deal with the bones, is all. Sometimes you get lucky and you can just peel the bones out. Sometimes you don't.
Certain fish you can get away with it real easy. But like I said, my favorite fish, believe it or not, is going to be the bluegill.
Right.
Now
I don't.
Basically,
Go
you
ahead.
just got that, you bread it, and you fry it.
And the thing is, you don't even have to do much with it, to be honest. I mean, other than gut it.
And it peels right off.
And you can use the clay method for cooking those. And you don't even have to scale it or anything like that.
No, you put the breading on there and you just cook it.
No breading.
You fry it.
No.
Oh, golden crispies.
Call it covered with clay, throw in the fire.
Not with bluegill.
Yep, you can do it in bluegill. You can use it with any fish. And once it's gutted and you put the clay in there, you peel it, the clay off after it's done, and it peels off the scales, and all you have left is meat. My dad proved it to me. I didn't believe it. It works.
Yeah, the problem is you want that skin.
Not always. Sorry, I'm not going to eat the skin of certain fish. No matter
No,
what.
it's not on certain fish. Like you can do it with trout. You can do it with salmon.
We were cooking carp.
No, carp. No, that's you can descale it.
The thing is, we didn't have to do that. The clay took care of that. It just basically allowed you to peel the skin off of it, and
Yeah.
not just the meat.
Yeah, but you want those omega-3 acids, and that's going to be.
Well, it wasn't like a long-term situation. It was just my dad said, "Here, watch what we can do with this." I go, "Really?" The kind of thing. It was a survival skill my dad taught me that I never knew he knew. It was just for a one-time fish thing, and we actually ate carp. Yeah, I'm going to be cutting it short soon because I got to. First of all, I got to get all these knives back into Ian's room. I brought so many of his knives out. It's surprising how many he's got in there. I didn't even grab them all. But thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming up here but I really need to get some sleep. I've been yawning and my eyes are burning.
Yeah, like I said, my body's saying, yeah, we need to go to sleep soon.
Yep. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I want to find out more about the different types of knives people mentioned in the chat. That knife that Rob got, I'm really curious about that one. I'm not sure if you've heard of that one or not, Jason. I think it's called a Flissa knife.
Never heard of it.
I have not either. It's a. Well, I got the link. I'll put the link in the chat again. That he put up. And you can try that and see how you feel about that one. But I'm going to be out of here because I got to clean up all the knives, put them all up. And because last thing I want to do is trip over one of Ian's knives that are unsheathed. Because he's got like 4 or 5 of them that I carried in here that didn't have one. But I want to say thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. I love you all. And be well. And I'm out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good night.